Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's me, Gabe Chavez again, back with another one. No, so last time I was asked, the, how do I feel? What would go through my mind before I would squeeze the trigger? No, like what does a person think when they shoot at somebody or put in work on somebody? And I can only speak for myself. No, so here we go. What would go through my mind before I would squeeze would be like right after I squeeze this, no going back. There's no turning back from this, and I would think about my family, my freedom, making sure I'm gonna get away with it, and making sure I could trust the people next to me before I could squeeze, and which I always did. The people I would ride with were solid, so I trusted every single one of them. Every time I squeezed with somebody, I trusted it. Or when I was by myself, I even better, because there's nobody myself, and that's when I prefer to do it better by myself, because I didn't trust a bunch of people, and they weren't always around. So come on now. But anyways, I don't want the recognition for that stuff. I'm just trying to answer the question. What does a person think when they squeeze right before they shoot a gun or putting work on a rival, no? Or just putting work on somebody that's messing with him? And yeah, that's my answer. And yeah, man, it's just a horrible feeling knowing you have to do that. Because I would actually have a conscience, people. I actually cared. And I shouldn't have, but I did care about who I was going to put in work in. And I would tell myself, hey, this Vato didn't care about me or my homies. So then they try to do it to us, we're going to do it to them. Whatever they do to us, we're going to do to them 10 times harder. And that's what we would always do, people. Always. We would go 10 times harder, spit on them harder. That's why nobody would ever mess with us. They knew better. They would test us here and there, and they knew better. After a while, they knew better. But anyways, I don't want that recognition for none of that stuff. Just trying to answer these questions, man. Like, yeah, man, it's horrible. Actually, really is. If you have a conscience and you really care, it's horrible, man. Because you stay thinking about that for like a month after. Like, damn, I just really changed from who I was that day to now. And each time you do it, it gets worse. You feel worse about yourself each time you do it. You feel less of a human. You feel like you really are putting in harm because you are, but you're not. I wasn't a harmful. I wasn't out to hurt people and stuff. But I started seeing how the gangbanging life was. I thought it was just hanging around with the homies and bullshitting, smoking, doing that kind of dumb shit. Till I knew, hey, other gangs have rivals. I didn't know about all that stuff. I really didn't. Until homies would be like, hey, we have problems with this barrio, with this gang, with this gang, with that gang, with this person, with that person. I'll be like, damn, so I have to inherit all that too? They're like, yeah, homie. What did you think it was? I'm like, I didn't know, homie. That's the things I tell these little young gangsters, man. Like when they go into gangs, they don't get laced up on the real dangers of gangs and what really can happen. Like you really do get put in danger all the time, man. You're not just there to have a good time and kick it and drink and smoke. Yeah, that's after you do all the stuff. But most of the time, you're trying to go have fun with your friends and you run into a rival gang and what it is, boom, the bangers come out. You already know. The hands come out, the bats, everything. So I'm saying, man, we wouldn't take it as a joke. We would strap up in high school when we were banging to the fullest, like to the fullest potential. We were banging at the highest peak of gang banging when I was gang banging, because I started off in middle school. When I was in middle school, I started my own gang, my own little crew. We were called the Psycho Crew. Yeah, I started it when I was in eighth grade, man. Because a bunch of little punks, not punks, but a bunch of little fools were getting punked getting bullied by other people, and they would come to me and be like, "Hey man, can you protect me? Can you tell this guy to leave me alone?" So I was like, "You know what, little homie, I will do that. But next time that happens, you need to stand up for yourself." So I would give them the benefit of the doubt, stand up for them, and tell them, "All right, now you guys can come kick it with me. I'll protect you guys, but I want to see you guys protect yourselves before anything happens." So me and my homie, which his name is Roberto, his name is Robert, we would call him Cougar. We gave him that name because one time he showed up to a Christmas party we're having with a striped shirt, like from Freddy Krueger, the movie, the Friday the 13th, the one, that scary burnt guy. He had that shirt on like Freddy Krueger, so we started calling him Roberto Cougar, because his name was Robert, so we would call him Cougar for short, Cougar. So, anyways, that was his name. And he ended up becoming just a crazy ass motherfucker too. But anyway, it was me and him. They ran that little crew. I had the overall authority and the word, and he was just the recruiter, man. Like, and he had a say in it too. But the way they would come to us, they would be like, "Hey, we're getting picked on. Can you guys help me out?" And we'd be like, "Hey, homies, yeah, we'll help you out. But we want to see where your heart's at after. Because we want to make sure that we have people that are not just coming running to us because they start stuff and then they want us to handle it." So we'll be like, "No, no, no. Why is he picking on you for? Let me know." "Oh, because he doesn't like me because I like his sister or whatever." "All right, that's not a fucked up reason. All right. Hey, homie, why don't you like this little homie?" "Oh, because he's messing with my sister." "And what's wrong with that? She's a girl." So, anyways, so we would tell them, "Hey, just leave this little vato alone, whatever, whatever." "All right, whatever." So, yeah, they would be, "Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. All right, homie, now that we did that for you, we want to see where your heart's at." So, every time somebody would come to our crew, we would tell them, we line up in the restroom in the morning before school would start, while when we were all just messing around. And because we would get to school like maybe 30 minutes before school would start. So we would all get together, all the clique we would have would get together, and we would go into the restroom, to the boys' restroom, and I would tell the new guy that would want to become a member, I would tell him, "All right, you are gonna fight two of these little homies at the same time." No, I would tell him, "You're gonna fight one homie, or if not, two homies are gonna rush you right now. So what do you want?" "All right, I'll just fight one." "All right." So they would start fighting, and they would start getting it, and I'd be like, "All right." Once I felt satisfied that he would be able to handle himself, I would let him in. I would embrace him. Be like, "All right, now you're part of us." We would call ourselves a psycho crew. I gave us that name for the simple fact that if they would hear that first word psycho, they wouldn't mess with us. They would think we're psycho, right? And then the last one was crew, because we were a crew. So we were a psycho crew. So, but the way we would spell it, instead of with the P for psycho, we would use the S for the down. We're down in the south. So we were psycho crew S. Instead of the K for the crew, we would use a C for crew. Psycho crew. So we were SC, and everybody, we would all wear backpacks back in high school. Back in middle school. So in the back of our backpacks, like, let me show you. You know how this is my DC backpack. You know how the backpack is like facing this way? Well, we would have the back like this with this part, and we would get white markers. They were like whiteout pins. We would write SC, big letters, and then the town on there. And all our members had SC on their backpacks. And in the mornings when we would go to eat breakfast in the cafeteria, the school would make you put your backpacks along the wall before you would go eat breakfast, before you could go get your tray and stuff. So I would tell all the homies, all the crew, all the members, instead of putting your backpacks like this on the wall, when we put our backpacks, all of us, because we would all ride the same bus, or the other fools would be waiting for us in the front by the candy machines to all meet up before we would go eat breakfast. Because I would tell all the homies, as if you're all gonna be with us, we're all gonna be as one. Whatever we do, we're gonna do together. We're gonna eat lunch together. We're gonna go to the restrooms together. You already know what I mean. So everything we do, we're gonna do together. So I said, so when we put our backpacks on the wall, we're gonna face them like this. So all the students can see that SC when they walk into the cafeteria. And that's what we did. So everybody started noticing that SC, and they would ask us, hey man, what's that SC stand for? We would tell them, Psycho Crew, homie, what's up? So they'll be like, nah, we just want to be a part of it. We heard what you guys have going on, that like you guys are protecting all the vulnerable, the ones that are getting picked on. I like, yeah, but you have to be from our section, homie, from our neighborhood, from where we live, or you have to be solid. Simple as that. Or you have to know one of the homies, because it was all Mexicans. We were all gente, all Mexicans, and we had some paisas too. They would just speak pure Spanish because everybody would mess with them because they couldn't speak English. So I'd be like, nah. They're Raza, bring them with us. So we became big. We had a big crew, like 30 deep in middle school. And so the teachers and principals and everybody started noticing. So they were like, hey man, these guys are getting pretty big. And there used to be another crew back then. There was actually three crews when we were in middle school. When I was in 8th grade, it was us, which was the Psycho crew. There's another one called my homie Buras, and his little homies from his trailer park and all that would run that other crew. They were BAM, which would stand for Bad Ass Mexicans. We had a rivalry with them. And then there was another group. They were actually a gang, not a crew, but they were a gang. They were called the East Side Lopes, and that was them. There was quite a few of them too, but we were cool with them. They wouldn't really mess with us, and we wouldn't mess with them. So yeah, man. So that was our crew and stuff. So that's how we started off. But those were the funny days, man. But yeah, y'all stay safe, man, and have a good day and have a good morning. Stay blessed and have a good one. Thank you and stay blessed. Watch my videos on YouTube.